Hey guys, I've been wanting to make a video to talk to you about something that is really important for your business. As leaders, this is something that is important. And as a very strong red personality, which is that leader, go-getter, take charge type that I am, I think that this is something that anybody can do. I hear sometimes that, people don't want to do this because they are a strong leader kind of thing. But I'm here to tell you that in order to be a good leader and a strong leader, you have to do something that all leaders are required to do. You also have to be able to follow. In order to lead well, you have to be able to follow well. And that can be hard for some people. It wasn't hard for me because I understand leadership and I understand following, which I don't know how that happened. I don't know how I got all that built into me, because I am a really strong leader, really strong personality type. Could take charge, like I am full on red with some blue. But in order to be a good leader, you have to be a good follower. And what that means is you have to be able to follow your leadership. You have to be able to follow the advice of those who have gone before you. You have to be able to follow in reading and what John Maxwell is saying, or any other leadership books or personal growth books. You can't think that you have this figured out on your own, because you don't. And you can't be a good leader to your team unless you know how to follow. Because for one thing, you can't expect them to follow you if you are not following anyone. When I joined Plexus, Lori Welch told me that I needed the big welcome pack with 4 bags of Slim, so I could give out samples and use the products for myself. And I didn't second guess her. I just did it. When she told me that I needed to watch the trainings and get on the Monday night calls, I did the trainings and I got on the Monday night calls. When she told me to read books because I had some mindset issues I needed to work through, I was a little reluctant, but I started reading the books. And when I let go of the reluctancy and decided to dive all in with the books, that's when my life changed, because my heart was in it. I wasn't just doing what I was supposed to do just because she told me to do it, but my heart was in it to change and to grow. Sometimes you have to go through the motions, even if you don't know why or understand why. It'll all make sense later. So that's what I did. But I followed her. Even now, I will ask her for advice, and I will follow what she's suggesting that I do. She told me I should be doing some Bob Heilig training. So guess what I'm doing, y'all? I am doing some Bob Heilig training. And someone from my downline actually recommended it and said it was really, really good. So I am doing what my downline's recommending as well. So I can follow a lot of different people, not just my upline, not just myself. So if you are that type, you're ruby, you're gold, you are a leader in some sort of way, are you a good follower? Are you listening to your upline, or are you just telling your downline what to do? Are you doing the IPA? Are you on the calls? Are you participating? Are you being coachable? Sometimes, people can see things differently than we can. So the awesome part about having an upline who is willing to coach you, because some aren't, some people are just off on their own, just floundering around, not knowing what they're doing. And I know people like that. Be thankful you have a coach. Be thankful you have an upline who is a built-in coach. It's basically free coaching, you guys. So take it. Let them look into your life and see some areas that maybe you need to grow in. And y'all, I'm not perfect, for sure. I still have areas to grow in. Lori could probably tell you that I can definitely be a redhead. and take me a while to catch on to things, but growth isn't something that happens overnight. It's a process. So be sure that you're being coachable. Another word for this is being coachable. But I think that as leaders, you have to understand that you have to follow as well. But it's basically being coachable. It's basically the same thing. But this is something that all good leaders need to understand and need to know and need to do, because you can't just lead on your own. And your team isn't going to know how to follow if you're not following. So make this a priority. You guys, set the pace for your team. Do the things that you're supposed to do. If you're telling your team to set out goals because that's, what you're supposed to be doing, do it. Do what you're telling them to do because your upline told you to do it. Be a good follower, and you're going to become a better leader in the process. Sometimes we don't have to know why for everything. Sometimes we just have to do it. And I would just stop second guessing. I do coaching sometimes for people who aren't in my downline, and I love it because they just do what I say. They're not second guessing. They come to me because they really want to be coached. But you guys really want this for your business. Really take the advice of your upline, make it your own, and just do what they're suggesting, you guys, okay? It really will help you become a better leader, even if you don't feel like it would, but be coachable. Do what we are doing, do what we are suggesting, because January is going to be huge, you guys, and you are going to want to be ready and in a leadership way ready for your team and the big things that are to come. So